video to self-love journey sixth session. Self-love journey. In this video, we're going to understand why you should be taking your life into your hands, literally. Why you need to understand like how living not in tune with your power is really totally not what you want. So basically, the interesting thing is that when we experience the opposite to what we want, we tend to feel like we're powerless, right? But this is the only way actually to experience what we truly want, by looking at the opposite, by looking at the polarity, by understanding that this is not the reality I want to live. This is not the life I want to live. Those are the circumstances I don't want to, like, I don't want to nurture. Those are the circumstances that, okay, I might accept, but I also know that I can use my inner strength and the power to take my life into my hands. So in this video, you're going to learn what kind of practices will help you on your self-love journey to reconnect deeper with yourself and to actually take your life into your hands. And let's start with first thing. Okay, so that is going to be your self-worth. Why taking your life into your hands is deeply linked with self-worth. Okay, self-worth. You may not be aware of the fact that your self-worth is deeply linked to how powerful you feel about your life, how powerful you feel like your intentions, thoughts, and creations are bringing forth that what you want. So the more you practice being in your power and intentionally bringing forth those things that you really desire and seeing the fruits of your thoughts, of your actions, of your practices, of your routines, rituals, habits, everything that you practice and embody to become in the version of yourself that you want to see in the world more of, the more you trust yourself. And self-worth is deeply linked with trust. Heart chakra. I'm wearing today a top that I painted at home, homemade recipes. I actually posted a video of how I painted those tops for my online yoga program. And the heart chakra, right, it talks about compassion, kindness, love, and trust. So it all starts with ourselves, right? When we practice trusting ourselves, we immediately feel like more alignment with self-worth. So this needs to go hand in hand. Like, self-worth and trust is what is going to make you emotionally unshakable. Okay, the next thing, emotional stability. All right, so the reason why you might feel like if you're watching this video is because you want to understand how to dive deeper into self-love practice and how to build a healthy relationship with yourself. So the reason why we may feel emotionally up and down in life is because we put the power of our life into other people's hands. That's it. So with this video, I want you to realize this pattern, right? Any area of our life, anything, it can be small, it can be big, anything that you think is out of your control is actually not out of your control. Like, a lot of things that you can start looking at and realizing that actually every little thing that I'm experiencing and is bothering me is in my control. Okay? And let's start with the little things, right? The things that affect you in your daily life. The things that affect you. Like, I'm not talking even about the things that we may empower, that are like in this society and like, you know, within the behaviors of other human beings in the world. This is also what we have the power to influence, to change. But I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about your inner power, your inner strength. So start with yourself, right? Start with yourself and realize that your emotional stability is when you take your power back to yourself. So it is basically realizing that the way you perceive yourself is the most important practice. The way you treat yourself is the most important practice. Think about it. From the day you were born until the last day of your life, you are literally with yourself all the time. What a beautiful relationship. Well, it can be beautiful or it can be quite a, you know, the opposite if you don't make it right. And to make it right is to make it true to you. To make it right is to make it most authentic to you. To make it the best for you. So when you start treating yourself like you want to live, like you want to experience life, like you deserve to be treated, this is like the most important relationship ever. Because I know that some people, there are like two kind of perspectives. Many people say that every single relationship you have in your life starts with your own relationship with yourself. There is also other people who say, especially Till Swan teaches, and I really admire her teachings, teaches that you don't have to feel worthy, you don't have to feel valuable, you don't have to feel like fully healed to be with someone who actually sees your value and appreciates you. But I want to here take a moment, because I don't fully agree with that. I don't fully, like, I understand her point. Her point by teaching this is to some degree I agree with that. Like, her point is that love is something that is not black and white. I think like love is compassion, it's kindness. So I think that of course you can have a healthy relationship with a partner without really knowing your worth, because like through external validation, through external like love that you receive, you can start healing and loving yourself. And I understand that point. I just don't fully align with it. Like, it may work for some people. I just think that the most important relationship you will ever have is the one you nourish with yourself, right? The one you take responsibility to nourish with yourself, because you always run a risk, and I don't like it. I don't like to run a risk when it comes to my emotional stability, that the person I am with, it can basically go away. Like, you have no guarantee that the person you're with is not going to leave next day. And I think that when you build a strong, unshakable relationship with yourself, like a very stable emotionally relationship with yourself, you just know your worth. You just know. You don't depend on anything external to tell you how beautiful you are, how smart you are, how intelligent you are, how just gorgeous and whatever you want to hear, right? Whatever you want to feel is not anymore in the hands of someone else. So now you're taking life into your hands. Now you're taking life into your creation, right? So it's nice. I think it's like an add-on. One time my friend from Lush, and when I used to work in Lush in England, told me like that she now has a boyfriend, and this boyfriend is an add-on. It's like a, you know, like an extra, you know, like, but the most important work she did is on herself. And I think the same. I think that when we, like, in general, relationships are something extremely important in our life, but I think they're like, it's an add-on. It's like an extra. It's like a gift from the universe. Like, it's, you know, it's you and you receive an extra gift. But you already know your worth and value. You don't search for it externally. You don't like search for validation, approval, whatever. You know your worth, that's it. And this is how you're going to feel so empowered, because this is the stability you're searching for. You want to be stable in yourself. In order to live a happy life, you want to feel unshakable, like stable emotionally in yourself. And when we depend on other people, and you know, you just kind of like attach ourselves to external things, this is what makes us feel shaky in life. This is what makes us feel like we're losing control. And I think that there is a beautiful aspect of surrender and letting go, and just like in any situation we experience, we can just say, okay, there's a medicine. What I'm trying to say is that we can say, all right, I'm just letting it go, I'm surrendering, like I don't need to know everything. Obviously you don't have to control everything in life, but you still feel like in this letting go and surrender, you're actually in your power. You understand me? And this is what I decoded on my journey, and this is why I'm sharing this with you today, because I think it's extremely important when it comes to just, you know, being connected to the heart space. And this needs to be balanced, like equal give and receive. First, also knowing yourself, knowing how to nurture yourself, knowing how to take care of yourself. Like, how can you expect someone to, you know, give you all the things you wish to receive if you don't even know how to give it to yourself? If you don't even know how to take care of yourself, right? And that's how people end up in unhealthy relationships, in abusive relationships, in like people just, you know, disappearing. They just either, I don't know, cheating or just disappearing from their life because whatever reason, right? There always is some reason that this person is like, you know, not wanting to, I don't know, invest anymore in the relationship. And I think this is a beautiful part too. Like there's beauty in that too, like allowing people to, you know, like live on their journey, whatever, do whatever they need to do, and there's acceptance in that as well. So that's beautiful. And I think this is also when we are connected to our heart space. And what I want to say here is that this emotional stability and like your intention starts to be unshakable in relationships when you're stable in yourself. You then understand that the relationships you are building are unshakable as well, because you're so sure in yourself, you're so unshakable in yourself that the relationships you like, you know you're building are equally, like they vibrate on the same frequency. So I think that whatever patterns we externally experience, it is there to remind us of our value. And we sometimes, I'm going to leave also this topic for another video, we sometimes very often attract the patterns that are unfortunately in the subconscious from our childhood, and they keep showing up in our relationships. So that's why manifestation in the spiritual field is such a tricky topic, because yes, you can really have anything you want in life because you're connected to the heart space, and the heart space is the connection of all that is, of all living beings. And yes, you really can have anything, and I am a living proof that manifestation does really work and fast. But there's also something tricky about manifestation, and this is like your subconscious patterns and the more dark shadow work that we're doing in relationships. And the shadow work is not always very pleasant, and it can be extremely triggering because you experience like repetitive patterns that you observed or soaked in a childhood or in the environment when you were little. So that's why this emotional stability, coming back to that, and self-worth is like the most important thing when it comes to self-love journey. I think your emotional stability is your everything, and this needs to be your everything in life. And I'm going to teach you what I've been practicing in the past years, like I don't know now, like 10 years, since I don't know, more, less, let's say several years, okay? So I'm going to write down for you those practices that I think are those that you need to practice daily. All right, I'm not saying all of them every single day, but those are the practices you need to look at closely. All right, first things first, meditation. Okay, first things first, meditation and mindfulness. Actually, this is like a similar thing, right? So you want to look at like practices that give you this time to start practicing presence. That's it. Presence is a present. Why do we say present moment? Why do you say present moment? Did you ever think about it? Because what I thought about it so many times, and I thought, what a genius, like it's genius. Like God is a genius, honestly. God is the coolest energy. I used to film videos saying God is the coolest energy and make like funny videos, you know, how like I think God is like the best energy ever. And present moment is a present moment. It's present, it's a gift. So practicing meditation makes you realize how gifted you are already. Present moment meditation teaches you how lucky you are already, how worthy you are already, how enough, abundant, and beautiful you are already. Mindfulness, right? It is a state of being when you practice mindfulness, fullness of the mind, abundance of the mind, fullness, all its details. You practice just you're like seeing yourself deeper, and this is what you can implement into your daily life, in the morning, in the evening, during the day. There are so many different meditation practices. There are breath works, simple observation meditation, visualization meditation, affirmation meditation. What else? I think those are the 4 most important ones, and I think every single one of them is great. You can mix it up. I'm going to be going into those details later on in our videos, all right? So you have visualization meditation, observation meditation, you have affirmation meditation, manifestation meditation as well, and breath work, right? Perfect. So there's let's say those five main types of meditations. Now, mindfulness practices, this can be also yoga. Yoga is also a mindfulness practice. There's so many different practices, like there's Tai Chi. I think I observed it a few times. There is like for mindfulness, Pilates is like also considered, I think, a mindfulness practice. Well, for me, anything can be a mindfulness practice, because drawing and painting can also be a mindfulness practice. Like painting mandalas that I have here, and in general, I just love this idea because I think you can turn any artistic discipline and any practice as cooking into a mindfulness practice. So this is what meditation will do for you. It's going to just connect you deeper with yourself. That's it. You're going to start realizing the inherent worth and unshakable value and just stability and like being rooted in yourself thanks to meditation. Second thing is journaling. If you haven't tried yet to journal, try it. Like I've been practicing that for several years. The last time I sat down here and did some journaling was so good. Like I just reminded myself how good it is to journal. It gave me so much clarity. I felt like so connected to myself, like refreshed, and I could just like cleanse and kind of like bring in healing into those aspects of myself that, I don't know, I just felt like maybe they are a little bit shaky or whatever. And I think to journal is to be blessed with clarity. It is really this there is something incredibly powerful into putting more words on paper. And when you put words on paper, those words, when you look at them, because this is your mind and this is what you're literally thinking, is like giving you so much clarity and in-depth work. You can start analyzing, why am I having those beliefs? Why am I having those thoughts, you know? And not from a judgmental point of view, but just from a like objective point of view. Am I true to those things? Like, do I think this is true to me? Do I even resonate with that? Do I really want to like hold on to this, or I want to let it go? So I think that practicing journaling gives you clarity, emotional clarity. And I'm going to be it's going to be a big thing on my channel, emotions, because I realized being an adult that I haven't been like, I wasn't taught anything about emotions. Anything. Since I was little until my adulthood. Can you imagine? There are so many people like this, because I talk about it. And it's a huge subject in the spiritual field, that we are not taught anything about emotions. Okay. Hello, I'm going to continue because yesterday I ran out of memory, so I had to empty the memory, and we're carrying on with the journaling. So basically I was talking about emotions, and well, I stopped explaining how there are so many unfortunately dysfunctional families who don't know how to manage children's emotions. And in general, our humanity, we as humanity, unfortunately, are not yet as educated in this aspect of emotions and how to basically have emotional intelligence, how to nurture our children's emotions, how to just validate them, how to see them, how to show them that each emotion is equally important. So journaling really helps you just connect to emotions and how like emotions create beliefs, right? Beliefs and emotions kind of go hand in hand. So maybe I should say the other way around, like beliefs affect your emotions, because what is going to, like, the triggers that we experience in life, emotional triggers, are linked to our beliefs about ourselves and the world. So when we start journaling, we can just connect deeper with those aspects of ourselves that are perhaps not seen, that we didn't pay that much attention to, and it helps you just to take some time and to integrate it, to just sit with it, to ground it, and to connect to your emotions. Because at the end of the day, if you know how to navigate your emotions and you know where certain emotions are coming from which beliefs, then this is what it's going to really transform you. So third thing, and I'm going to add the journaling. You can do journaling morning, evening, 5-15 minutes, even half an hour. It can be during the day, anytime. I think in the morning is really a good time, or evening, to journal. And yeah, you don't have to do it every day, but if you actually implement it into your daily life, this will really, really help you. And this will just help your mental state of being, mental balance. So keep yourself a nice journal, buy yourself a journal that is dedicated just for you, and connect to that internal life, internal dialogue, just what is really happening internally. I used to, when I was little, I used to have a diary, and I remember my sisters too, especially one of them, Samar, she used to journal a lot. But then, you know, some people forget about it in their adult life, in their adulthood, and I think it's really, really cool to like remind yourself today with this video that you can have a journal, even if you're adult, even if you're like an elderly person, even if you're 60 plus, you still have a journal, and just nurture that inner child, or in general, just nurture yourself as a human being. So let's move into point 3. So it's going to be health. And health is going to be physical and mental, right? So, and here is good before. So it goes hand in hand. Obviously, physical and mental health goes hand in hand. Like, it is one thing. Whatever you put into your body, food related, I talked about it before, is what you're going to become, is what is going to be your vibration. It is what is going to be your mental clarity. Like, you cannot expect yourself to feel good mentally if you eat food that is basically creating like a brain fog, or it just puts you out of balance, makes you feel lazy, makes you feel just like not excited about life, makes you feel maybe just like tired, even more tired than that, like, you know, than before eating. Because what is interesting is that when we eat, like when we choose unhealthy food, we really feel tired. And this is not how it's supposed to be, and that's strange, to eat food that is not giving you energy, right? We should be eating food that is giving us energy, so we feel more alive, so we have more strength every day, so we have a healthy skin, so we have a healthy hair, so we have a healthy body, so we have a healthy mind. We should feel like food is giving us like this vitality. If you feel more tired, more drained, more depressed, whatever, after eating, then this means that you're eating out of a coping mechanism, right? So this you can journal about, by the way. You can keep track on all those behaviors, and you can journal about it. So if you notice that you have a coping mechanism, you basically journal about it, what is really happening to you, because usually coping mechanisms come from unmet needs. When we have our needs unmet, we start unconsciously kind of going into patterns that are it's like as if they are directing you, as if like you feel a pull to do something that is completely the opposite to what you need to do. So when we have our needs unmet, it is because our emotions need to be sorted out. It is usually about our emotional needs. That's why many people now talk about it, and I am here also to talk about it because I think it's one of the most important subjects, our emotional state of being. So when our body and mind is pulling us to do things that are actually keeping stuck in an unhealthy cycle, in an unhealthy pattern, like a coping mechanism, it's because there is something that we're avoiding, right? If we're avoiding a certain emotion, if we're avoiding to just really feel what is happening in our body, really feel ourselves, we are going to start doing something that is completely the opposite to what we need, which doesn't really make sense, right? But that's how it works, because your mind directs you to like it is like a compulsive action that is like kind of like making you forget about the thing that you really need to deal with, right? And you think that it's over, like, all right, I'm going to engage in this and that, and you think it's like over, but actually it puts you more in this cycle of not feeling good about your life and yourself, right? So basically you need to look close at the food you're eating. I made a Polish version of alkaline food and why eating alkaline food and being in an alkaline state of being is like the most important thing. And I'm going to make an English version too, so you can receive it and you can just embrace this journey of healing and taking care of your health, physical and mental. So alkaline food is the food you want to eat. Alkaline food naturally grows in nature, and that's fruits, that's vegetables, that's just a food that is full of hydration. And alkaline state of being is a state of being that is the ultimate vitality and health. So when our body is acidic is when we start to when people start to basically get sick, right? So acidic state of being, that's when your body has it starts to tell you like, we need to change something, right? Like this like, wake up, we need to change something because you're doing something that is not good for me. Okay. And basically when you start realizing what kind of foods are better for you, you'll see that simplicity is the key. Simple as possible, please. Whether it's cosmetics, whether it's hair care, hair beauty, skin beauty, your organs, right? Simplicity is the key, and the simplicity is in nature, and the simplicity actually is quite also abundant if you notice, right? It's not like a boring simplicity. It's because what comes to me, that sometimes we might think that if it's something is simple, it's like not going to be enough. No, simple means that it simplifies your life. You get rid of problems. You basically start thriving in life, you understand? Simple life means that you're thriving in life. You're making your life simple. You see a problem, okay, you know that there's a solution. And a lot of those solutions are in nature. Nature knows how to heal because we are nature. Like, our body is nature. We are nature. My hair, my skin, everything, like my nails, everything, I am nature. So I need to eat food that comes from there, that comes from my home. This is my home. This is our home, planet Earth. Hello and welcome. Planet Earth is our home, and it has all the abundance in it already. So physical and mental health obviously goes hand in hand. When you start eating alkaline food, when you start eating simple yet so like abundant and rich, and there's so much, like there's so many options in nature, so many different types of fruits, so many different types of vegetables, seeds, nuts, like coconut milk, like my goodness, there's so many delicious like nuts, milks and things like that. I cannot even. Moving to mental and physical health, like it is the key to look at your self-worth and your sense of self in the world, right? If you are part of nature and you're part of this planet and you start connecting on a deeper level, that's what's going to give you the key to your doors, the doors to your soul. That's so beautiful. Oh, I'm on a wave of inspiration. You know how people say that our eyes are the doors to our soul. And I think like when you really understand what is going on and why you're here, and you don't really feel like you're here by some default or whatever, like life doesn't have to be hard. Don't make it hard for yourself. So you start receiving the key to your soul. You understand? The key to your heart. I'm wearing today a top, colored, homemade colored, for my online yoga program, and this is heart chakra color, and you just start connecting to your heart space, to your worthiness, and mental and physical health needs to go hand in hand. That's why I'm talking about these aspects, so you have like a holistic approach to yourself. That's something important, right? To look holistically at yourself. That is usually what doctors don't do. There's really just a few doctors that really look holistically at you, at a human being. And I think we need more doctors who implement also holistic approaches and holistic practices and routines and rituals and knowledge into their work. And so when you start looking holistically at yourself, you start seeing that you have already all the solutions, and the healing is within you, right? You already have all the answers to the healing, and that's a beautiful message. So mental health is also very linked to alkaline state of being, and I'm going to be talking a lot about it on this channel because since I started drinking kangen water, alkaline water, from a machine that I purchased, it's a Japanese system to filter and alkaline the water. You can also drop me an email if you want to know more about this and know any information basically about this machine. This system really helps people to start receiving the healing water, because unfortunately our planet is not yet in all places so clean, and our environment is not so clean. So this system really helps us to receive the water that we naturally should be receiving. So there are different sources of there are different parts of the world that have alkaline water as, you know, natural source, but unfortunately there are not so many. So an alkaline water will have negative ions, right? When your water, there are also like different machines, devices to measure the level of alkalinity of your water. So you can go anywhere in nature and check that, or at home you can check your pH level at home as well. So basically when you start seeing that it's very, very difficult to find a good source of water with negative ions, which is what puts our body in an alkaline state of being, then you start understanding why this water system. This water system also stops like consumption, buying many products, like just, it's about simplicity. You have your glass bottle, I'll show you. So you purchase yourself a glass bottle and you have your water everywhere. You can travel with it, and you can have your own water at the airport as well, because you receive a document that says that it's a medical device. And this medical device is also used in Japanese hospitals, and maybe hopefully somewhere else too. So a little bit about the water, although I'll make a separate video talking about the water and alkaline food. So basically, this is very linked to your mental health, extremely linked to your mental health, because we are made out of water. Our body is almost 100% water. Like, we say that it's 70 to 80% water, our body, right? But our muscles are like around 90% water. Our brain is above 90% water. Like, we're literally water beings. So the answers are in water, because when we drink polluted water, the absorption of that water is not that deep. Therefore, we walk dehydrated through life, right? So like, it is just like a layer of toxicity around the molecule. So when you drink the water and the water is very just full of toxins and just not very clean, this water doesn't get into your cells as deeply, right? And you don't absorb it. So there are many health issues because of dehydration in the world. And this energy company, what it does, it really is so incredible. It's just like mind-blowing. It's a miracle what they do. And I also first I want to say two things come to me. Like, I resonate with their intention, and it is about really healing body and mind, and reminding people that they can be healthy, they don't need to suffer, but it's about understanding the water. So, well, I even realize now that a film that I watched with Julia Roberts, it's like a really old film. I don't remember what its name, but I watched it this year with my siblings, and I realized even there, in this film, they kind of like, it was all around the topic of water at the end. And it was so incredible to see it, that she basically, Julia Roberts as this character, I don't remember her name in the film, she explored that most of the health issues of the people and in the town was polluted water. So basically, they were suffering so many different, diseases. So basically, I'm saying basically many times. Anyways, so I really like this word basically, because basically is like bringing me back to roots. Basically, like the base, the base, the roots chakra, like kind of roots me when I'm saying something. So this topic is going to be something for me huge, water, right? And exploring that wisdom. So when you start drinking alkaline water and you start drinking good quality clean water, this heals even autism. Like, there are so many scientific evidence that Enagic is tracking, and like observing people who are drinking this water, literally, like I saw like how do you say it, like videos, those testimonies, that's what I meant. I saw testimonies of 2 children that suffer for autism, and they started drinking alkaline water, Kangen water, and literally their well-being shifted. It really makes me feel emotional, because this is so beautiful. Like, their emotional being shifted just simply changing the water. And there are so many other health problems, and like observed how they heal, how people heal thanks to the water. So our health is such a big thing for me. It's like the most important. It's like journaling is part of the practices. It's amazing. It's like a tool. It's like a habit that we do daily. But truly, the most basic thing, health, is like food that we're consuming, truly, water that we're drinking, and physical activity, obviously. If you want to be healthy, you want to be moving. Life is movement. Life is not stuck. It's not laying down all day, right? Life is water. Water is moving all the time, and it is flowing always. So if you want to feel healthy and like you're thriving and you're full of energy in life, you need to look at your physical activity. Do you really move a lot? Do you have the energy to move? Do you feel happy and enthusiastic when you think about moving your body? So moving your body daily is like it needs to be included in your daily practice. Moving your body daily can be a short practice, long practice, whatever, sports, gym, yoga. There are so many different practices, dance, so many different ones. Like whatever you want, whatever you feel like, it is playful. Like sports are extremely playful. Like moving your body can be like something that brings you so much joy and happiness, because you feel alive, you feel like it's more interesting. So automatically you start boosting your health and healing, if there is anything to heal. So basically, let's move into number 4 point. And let me drink a sip of water. And I'm going to be going in depth with each point in next videos, all right? So to like show you examples, how you can do it and all that. I'm going to be guiding you throughout the process. So because I just want you to receive the best support possible, and the best like just guidance, and the best the best friend, company on this journey, on this path. Company, my company. All right. So fourth point is going to be purpose. So the reason why people can feel depressed, the reason why you might feel like there is a lack of vitality, lack of energy, lack of just this enthusiasm towards life, is lack of purpose. You need to ask yourself, what is your purpose? And that has been a big thing on my journey. And it is okay if your purpose changes. This is also okay. But it's really important in each phase of your life to have clarity. What is your purpose? And your purpose also can be something that includes a few different branches, a few different things, right? Because it can be as small as, I like to cook and share the food that I'm doing. I would like to make homemade snacks for people. I would like to make homemade cosmetics. This is great for females, especially. Females are more drawn to natural homemade stuff, and I love it. Absolutely. I love females who share stuff like that. I am absolutely the #1 fan that watches those videos, and I also love doing this at home, like anything that is natural, simple, and healthy for the skin and for the body. This is like, I'm in. So your purpose can be like even making something homemade, like, you know, simple recipes, whatever. And there are so many different things I'm going to tell you now that could be your purpose. But you need to just start asking yourself today, what is my purpose? Right? What is my purpose? What am I doing in here? What am I good at? What I want to be good at? What I want to gain knowledge in? What I want to educate myself in? What is the area of my life that I really feel like I need to expand? So your purpose. I'm going to give you all the examples of the purpose you can have, because those are the branches that I basically I'm exploring on my channel for 5 years already. And this is also how my company is being structured. This is how I came up with the structure of my company, and that I'm bringing into life. So basically, your purpose. Basically, life, if you think about it, life is about art, beauty, and health. That's life. Life is art, beauty, and health. This is how I perceive it. Every possible thing that I look around is literally either an artistic discipline, either something related to health, or something related to beauty. Okay, so now your purpose can be from artistic fields, right? It can be theater, acting, right? Dance, singing, music. So let's go into the art field. Painting, drawing, all right? It can be like making ceramics, like mugs and things like that, like by yourself. It can be, now from art, what else? I think I just said it, most of them. Yoga kind of is like a mindfulness practice. But what's interesting about yoga is that yoga is a performing arts discipline as well. If you research like what performing arts include, yoga is also there included. So now let's go into the beauty. Beauty and health kind of goes hand in hand. Beauty is skincare, natural skincare, right? Oils, extracting from plants, oils like plants extracts, like anything from nature, right? Cosmetics for hair, for skin, for the body, like body scrubs, natural body scrubs. What else can be like taking care of nails, teeth, like so many, like it even comes to me like your sight. Like when you eat healthy, I'm going to just put it in here, like add it. When you start eating healthy and clean alkaline food, your sight starts to be so good. Like I bet if you wear glasses and if you have a really bad sight, if you start eating long-term super clean, your sight is going to change. So basically, let's come back to the purpose and what could be your purpose. So anything from beauty, also anything from health, right? So nutrition, movement, physical activities. Like you can teach yoga, you can teach other sports, dance, fitness. It can be anything from the movement area. And then also health, right? So health is what I'm saying, we are in health. So it can be like natural supplements, like vitamins that enhance our well-being. Like maybe you're doing adaptogen plants by yourself. There are people that do like plant extracts that support our immune system, our nervous system, detoxify organs, for each organ different plant. There are so many options. So basically I'm going to be going in depth towards that very soon on this channel, towards all the branches that I share here and what could be your purpose, because later on my vision is to start connecting with people and start drawing them in and start bringing them in to collaborate. So this is something very important to me, and you need to start asking yourself today, what is your purpose? Okay, what is your purpose? What is the thing that you feel good at and you want to explore? Because this will give you a natural energy to just go and do something interesting in life. Like life is interesting. It is interesting. It's not boring, right? So there's so much beauty and art in life and so much things to explore that I just am already so happy for you that you found this video and you can start going and exploring and sharing this wisdom with the world. Sharing something good with the world that makes this world a more beautiful, more happy and clean place, basically. So I think for this video, this is all I want to share, because I don't want to, you know, go more and more into it if I already said so much. Let's meet in the next video, and for now you can like, subscribe and comment this video, and I am so blessed to have you here, and I'm looking forward to connecting and to just sharing with you what I know and what I want to support, and that really excites me. So stay blessed.